Howdy folks, Jim here. Just thought I'd make a little video about this old truck getting ready to work on. As you can see, a little bit of fire damage thanks to the local neighborhood squirrels chewing the fuel line into. Found all kinds of chew marks on the fuel line there going through the rear bowl of the carburetor. It was too big to be a mouse or anything like that, so it had to be squirrels. And anyway, fired the whole thing up, took off, and had a big old fire under the hood. Just luckily was able to get it out, but it melted a bunch of the old wiring up. It burnt the distributor cap off and burnt the breather up that was on it, the back of the breather. Now the fuel bowl is leaking on the back. That's why the fuel line is unhooked. The bowls are leaking, so I had to take it off just to be able to get the truck home. I stuck an old cap and some old wires on it, off an old junk engine that was in the barn. But anyway, as you can see up here, the hood got burnt. Burnt the seal there along the bottom of the hood. All the insulation off the bottom of the hood. But need to pull the old motor anyway. This motor's about a 12-year build. And it ain't went to town and back that it didn't see 6,500 RPM at least once. And usually multiple times. So it's due to be refreshened. Once it warms up, the oil gets thin, it gets a little rattle in the bottom end, and the oil pressure drops. So it's getting pretty loose. That's just a little 350. It is bored 80 over. It's never run hot in the 12 years it's been in this truck. Got a 160-degree thermostat and it's never been over 170. So that kind of debunks they'll run hot if you bore them 80 over. It's just a 80 over dish piston, and it got World Products heads, 202, 160 stainless. Got roller tip rockers in it. And now the transmission's got to come out and the motor's got to come out. Transmission still shifts fine, but it lost park. So I thought maybe the park pog or something came loose in it, and so I pulled the pan, and well, everything's there. It's hooked up right and everything, but there was a big pile of metal under the accumulator in the pan. So it's ground something completely out of the transmission. I mean, it was a handful of metal chunks. I wiped it out and put the pan back on it and drove it around a little bit without park, and now it's getting a growl. It growls real bad in overdrive. Still works okay first, second, and third, but it needs to be rebuilt or just scrapped and replaced. But it's a 700 R4. So anyway, I got a 350 turbo with a shift kit. Probably put that in it next. And I ain't made up my mind. I'm just going to build another complete engine, or if I'm just going to put a crank kit in this one. I think just a crank kit and a new oil pump. This motor would probably be okay for a good while longer. And then I wouldn't have to pull the heads off or mess with the valve train or anything. Just flip it over and put a crankshaft in it. New bearings. But anyway, it's got a 510 lift cam, 302 duration on a 108 center. That's about all I can remember off the cam. Like I said, we put that in there 12 years ago. It's a pretty peppy little engine. And truck's got a 410 gear in the back, and I don't know. It's just been a lot of fun for the last 12, 13 years. Of course, it melted the old plastic oil pressure line off. I got it kinked off with a pair of vice grips. So that's approved. It'll probably be that way permanent. I wanted to leave it that way. But anyway, I don't know. Just thought I'd give a view of the truck, what it's actually got going on, and what the plans are. I don't know what I'm going to do about that carburetor though. And carburetors has gotten out of hand price wise. There's something else I see. That cam there, burnt that cam up on the carburetor. Well, it'll have to be replaced too. And the back bowl's leaking, like I said. I don't know what caused that one. If I got it hot enough, it warped it or what. But it's tight, but it's leaking. Hopefully, it's just some gaskets. It'd be real nice if I could just take it apart and clean it up, throw some new gaskets in it, and some new seals, and some new cam there on that everything, and get it back going. That'd be fantastic. But as it stands now, you can't hook up the rear fuel line because there's gushing gas everywhere. But anyway, just show you the inside. The inside ain't too bad. There's the breather I had on it. So kind of a crispy critter now on the back side. But I guess it can be repainted. But the old truck ain't too bad a shape, really. Overall, I like it. Good enough for me. So, heck, I don't know. I might even decide to paint the old truck this summer. I don't know if I want to paint it back the way it is, or paint it black, or because everybody's got a black one. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. But anyway, 88 Chevrolet. Just an old truck, nothing fancy. It's an old pick-em-up truck. Had a floor shift in it for a little bit. Out of an old Camaro. I may put that back in. I actually kind of liked it. It did okay. But we'll see, since I'm going with the 350 turbo now. And people say I'm silly for trying to make videos about this old truck, but hey, it's something to do. It gives me something to do. I ain't no expert video maker, but I can point a camera at something and talk about it. That's 50% of it anyway. But anywho, there she is. 88 Chevrolet. That was my little hot rod. I don't know what's some of your guys' opinions on it. What would you do? Tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to put a big block in it, but whoo-wee. People want a lot of money for the big blocks anymore. Of course, you can see why. Big blocks they're awful nice. Ain't nothing like torque out of. Of course, an LS, like everybody else does with a turbo on the side, would be nice too. That transmission, 350 turbo I got, it's well built. It would handle a mild LS with a turbo for a little while anyway, especially in this little pickup truck, especially with a street tire. Just light them up and make a smoke show. But it'd be fun nevertheless. So I don't know. What's some opinions on it? What route would you guys go with an old junker like this? Shoot, the old body's in decent shape. Got a little cab corner rust coming out right there. Other than that, she's pretty well rust free. Just a lot of clear coat peeling and whatnot. Anyway, there it is. She ain't pretty, but she's mine. Catch you guys later on.